You know what? How we gonna play that video clip? Oh yeah, on your phone. Never mind.
All right.
We are live. La 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 live.
We are live. I see you just popped in. There it
Hey,
is.
hey.
All right.
Let me see if I can make these words bigger for when people do. There it is.
Oh yeah.
It's bigger.
I am waiting to see some people come in. You get a new phone?
I did
Is that
actually.
the iPhone?
No, it's not an iPhone. I am a dedicated diehard Android user.
Okay.
Hello, whomever just joined us. I don't know who that was. But anyway, yeah, so funny story. I took the kids to a hotel a couple weeks ago just
Mm-hmm.
to let them burn off some energy. They were excited to play in some water. I unfortunately don't have the luxury of a home pool, so I
Mm.
had to take them to a hotel,
Well, that had to be
local.
fun.
It was fun. However, the 3-year-old threw my phone in the pool,
It's right in the water.
just right in the water. He thought it was a game.
You know, I think iPhones are swimmers.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to switch
Hey
to iPhone
Nicole.
simply for that reason.
Hey Nicole, how you
Hello,
doing?
hello.
Hey yeah.
So yeah, unfortunately, I had to buy a new phone. So here we are. And that's just what it is.
Yeah.
But again, it's not an iPhone, it's an Android. Again, I am a diehard Android user.
Right.
They're just more convenient, less expensive.
Mm-hmm. That's slick though.
Especially when you're around a bunch of kids,
I'll never do it again.
Really?
I'll never do it again.
Ooh.
I would never, ever in my life.
All right, now I gotta know why. Why?
They just ain't up to par. They just
Androids are not up to par. So explain to me what the huge difference is. Like, what is it that attracts you more to an iPhone?
So for me, in the beginning, right? What's up, Aunt? Mr. Cooper.
Hey, cool.
Tight
Hey,
ship.
Rich.
Tight ship. Rich in the
Rich,
building.
are you out of Facebook jail?
No, I think you're in the next cell. I think you're in the next cell.
You next door to my brother, right?
Yeah, Rich right next door. I think Rich might be out of the joint though.
I think he is because I think I saw a post from him. Matter of fact, I think yesterday was, or coming up soon is his anniversary, his wedding anniversary. 8 years.
Ooh, congratulations, Mr. Rich. Hey, you don't call him Mr. Love for no reason.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Lover man.
That part.
8 years. That's peace, man.
8 years.
Enjoy. No, seriously, enjoy that. Because that's
8 years and an eternity to go.
Yeah, there it is. We ain't gonna stop it.
Right.
For me though, the Apple, when I got on Apple in about 2012. I'm a latecomer.
Oh my God.
Right? Johnny come lately is what they used to call me.
I'm never gonna come lately at all on the iPhone train. I'm just not gonna do
That's
it. That's
not
anyway.
what she said. That is not what she said.
Crazy.
Hey,
Stacy, cousin, how are you?
Beautiful one. Ooh.
She is definitely beautiful.
She is
but
definitely
that's
beautiful.
Runs in the family.
That runs in the family. Well, I want to run in that family so bad.
So crazy. Stacy's off limits, I think.
Man,
I mean, she grown. Y'all both grown. Y'all do what y'all want.
Stacy off limits? Okay. That's cool.
I'm just playing. But anyway, so what are the features of the iPhone that you feel like an Android doesn't have so that, enlighten me?
Well, first, for the one, at the time, the FaceTime was the big thing for me.
Okay.
Right? And
but then, Android jumped on that train.
Right, for video calling. But the second thing, I was able to take it across all of my devices, right? And so once I was able to take it across from the iPhone
to the iPad
to the Mac, right? And now I guess I'm getting the MacBook, right? So everything is just universal, and I love, I'm part of the universe. So,
but I think that goes to, I mean, obviously with Androids, you can utilize the same platform on all different devices, whether it be a standard Microsoft laptop or it could be a tablet of some sort.
Can it?
Yeah, why not?
I know it wasn't at first, so
yeah,
that was one of the things that it was mandatory for me to do. So
yeah,
I needed that. I like that. So
I can do it cheaper.
Yeah, but the iPhone gonna last a little longer though.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean they put them out every 5-6 months now though.
Yeah, like, and then the price goes up every single new release of every new iPhone. It's like, okay, unless you're offering something that's really high tech that nobody else has thought of on that phone, there should be no reason for the increase in price, especially a significant increase.
No doubt.
Like, what was the iPhone 10? Was it
14?
14? Okay.
Damn.
Well, I don't know, but it seemed like
8
that.
months behind. Because they put them out all the time. It seemed like
that phone was like what, 1,200?
Mr. Mitchell, what's going on,
hey,
sir?
Mr. Mitchell.
Peace.
And now what? The phones are what, 1,600?
Oh, you said the last phone. The last one is what I got. That's the Max, the 13, and that one was anywhere from $9.99 up to about 16, about somewhere around 16. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think I got the one that might have been around the 13 mark.
Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah, and I'm sure. I mean, they didn't change much to it now,
right?
You know, but still around that same mark. Yeah.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I would never pay that amount of money for a cell phone that I could possibly lose, drop. Even with insurance, you're still going to be without a phone until you get that replacement. I'm never without.
Yeah.
I can go right to a Best Buy and get me another Android phone or whatever within 10 minutes and switch my service over.
Yeah, we could do that too, but it's not going to be within 10
I don't know. Apple stores are not open as late as a Best Buy.
Oh, yeah. I haven't been to an Apple store in a long time, but I get it. I get the idea.
Yeah.
I do. All right.
So I don't know. Unless the damn phone can fly or like do something outrageous, there's no need to spend that kind of money on a phone.
You know what's weird? I still got the 8 right here. I still got the 8. And the 8 and the 13, they 5 generations apart.
Just as fine, right?
Yeah.
It's just smaller.
Yeah. They 5 generations apart too. So you know how that goes. If you hear, don't leave, because we got a great discussion about to come up. We was just killing time waiting for y'all to come on the scene. Once y'all get on the scene, then it's going to be something good to see. I think so.
We do. We have a great topic of discussion
today.
Tell
them what the topic
is. So
is.
Today's topic, who doesn't, suffer from heartbreak or ending a relationship? And a relationship can be multifaceted. It can be a working relationship. It could be a sexual relationship. It could be an intimate relationship on a whole different level. It could be a friendship, for example. But at some point, you need to know when to identify when is the right time to end a relationship. When is it the right time to call it quits? To be done, to be over, to finally say I've moved on or I'm ready to move on. We're talking today about when is the right time, what are the signs, what you should be looking for in order to know that it's probably going to come to an end, whether it be on your end or that other person's.
Right. So with that, I think this one right here, it didn't take much research, but it took a lot of thought.
It did.
I will say that. And for me, the thought was, it's all experience. This is experience. We didn't have to go looking to anybody else for the answers to this question. Yeah. When is it time to move on from a relationship? We want to hear y'all input. But before we start, should we play a clip or we don't need to play? Do we need to play a clip?
Yeah.
We do.
Well, I think you wanted to play your intro.
The music?
Your intro song.
Do we need to play that before we play the clip?
Yes, absolutely. So my brother Born Power has picked the perfect intro song for this topic. Let's see what he has for y'all today. And by the way, if it hasn't been stated, we do not own the rights to this music that's about to be played. Yeah,
we do not own the rights to this music that's about to be played. So this is crazy because I got a song that's dedicated to the beginning of the relationship. And then since the topic is when is it time to move on from a relationship, I got one that's going to play that's going to be
kind of sad,
dedicated towards that as well.
It's got to be a sad song then.
No, that's the second one. That's the second
right,
one.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we'll play that during the middle. We'll play that during the middle. But right now, let me turn this down just to so we don't outdo anybody on the eardrums. But listen to this song, and I think this is one of the songs. Who's here first? Who's here? Who's with us? Rich.
We got Rich. We got Nikki. We have Stacy.
Nikki who? Nikki. Yeah, Nikki's here, yeah.
And I don't know who Tight Ship
is.
That's
tight. I just call him that because
Mr. Coop,
who wants their name out there. You
right?
Know what
okay.
I'm
Well,
so,
hey, Tight
I just
Ship.
call him Mr. Ship.
You with us? I'm glad you're here.
Right.
But yeah, thank you for all of you for joining us on both platforms. Again, we are still streaming from both platforms because normally my brother would do the StreamYard through Facebook, but old Mark Zuckerberg has him in Facebook jail, y'all. So he cannot
I call it
make
race.
any post.
I call it race book.
Yes.
It's race book. They can't wait to see me again. I'm a wreak havoc. Let me show you something. I've been sending myself a whole lot of messages. Look, all these messages I've been having to send myself for when that was yours. For when I get back on. I got a lot of messages to talk about,
y'all.
Yeah, Facebook been doing a lot without me. Y'all remember the King of New York? Mm-hmm. I've been getting fat without me on the team. Well, we about to cut some meat off.
We miss you. Well, they miss you because I get to talk to my brother whenever. But
indeed.
Whenever y'all want to see him, y'all gotta either inbox him or wait for him to tune in or tune on, right? So sorry.
All right, so let's go. We're gonna play this. I am getting so many different hits tonight. This is crazy. All right, so listen, I'm gonna play this song and y'all tell me what y'all think about this song. This is like the song that you listen to at the beginning of the relationship. You know what I'm saying? Within the first week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, all of that type of stuff. So check this out.
New Love.
Golly. Wait a minute.
I thought your speaker was on.
Oh, I forgot to hook it up. Sorry, y'all. Sorry.
Uno momento, por favor. That's
See.
about the only Spanish I know. So if y'all think I know more, I really don't. I know a little bit more, but not much.
All right. Here we go, y'all. You know that song?
No.
It's a great song. I'm just gonna put it in
all right, well, I'm listening. I'm ready to hear it.
Check this out, y'all. This is the song that's dedicated at the beginning of the relationship. Then we're gonna talk about when it's time to move on from a relationship. And then I'm gonna play another song that's gonna be dedicated to
Ain't nothing like cool, clean covers. Nothing but skin between us. The smell of your body, it moves me. The touch of your fingers, it soothes me. Ain't nothing like spending all day with your naked ass beside me. We sweating all our stress away. I'm putting in work while you touch and tease me. I don't care if it's staying in a Four Seasons hotel. It really don't matter if we check into the slimy gates of hell. I just wanna be your favorite. I just wanna be favorite girl.
I know it. This is bad playing.
I just wanna be
He's so kind.
We acting like brand new lovers. Forget about the neighbors around us. It's like we don't give a damn. I wanna hear the headboard slam. I'm gonna make you climb the walls and tear down all your cars. I wanna be all that you need. Don't leave, cause my heart's gonna bleed. I don't care if you're staying in a Four Seasons hotel.
Y'all liking that?
That's a vibe right there. That is definitely a new relationship type of vibe.
That's a new relationship, right?
It definitely is.
Yeah.
Let me be your favorite.
So that's a introduction to what the relationship is. The start of the relationship is like
young.
Yeah.
Beginning.
How y'all like that one, y'all? Come on, talk to me, somebody.
Yes.
I see somebody out there. So
tell
y'all
us how y'all feel about that
how y'all
song
feel
right
about
there.
that song? That's how I get down on a daily basis.
I love that. I love it. I love it.
I be popping that off.
You need to pop that off, especially if you looking for
love.
Your next love.
Yes,
right.
I heard a story last week, that I was like, nah, man, I'm just gonna settle up with one.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't even gonna go. I just gotta be one now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You care to share that story?
Just
a tidbit.
Well, I'll dance around the topic, but one of my guys told me that something happened to one of his guys, and I was like, you know what? I don't want that to happen to me. Right?
Okay.
You know,
learning from somebody else's experience.
Yeah, third party actually. Right? So
right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So just hearing that story, I was like, oh no, I don't want none of that to be going on. So I'm gonna try to chill out a little bit.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that.
I've been single for 8 years.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Been a long time.
That's a very long time.
I've been by myself, but I've been single.
Well, I mean, obviously.
No, it's not obvious.
It's definitely obvious. But I mean, we're getting to a point or a stage in our lives, right? Where it's like, okay, I've had my fun. I'm ready to just chill with one person from now until eternity, right? Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, sometimes things don't last that long, which is what our topic is about today. Okay. Yeah, when a relationship is first starting out, everything seems so brand new. Everything seems so refreshing. Everything seems almost picture perfect, right? And then you start to grow together. You start to learn one another. And there are things about that relationship that just makes you second guess if you should take it a step further or if you should end the relationship. Okay, that's peace. Before I speak, I want to say these comments. I didn't realize the comments. Yeah, I can't even see the comments. So how about that?
So peace, Daniela. We see you out there too. Mr. Cooper said, hello, family. Rich said, yep. Yesterday was his anniversary. Happy anniversary again. Yes. Stacy said, hey, guys, with the heart. Rich said, Rich Love said, shit ain't easy, not the hardest either. Right. Mr. Mitchell said, what's good, y'all? Peace. Rich said, y'all keep freezing. We keep freezing?
I don't know why.
On which side?
It's got to be on this side.
It might be this side too, because remember you came over here.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So oh no, you know what? The call. I was getting calls and texts coming through and notifications. Sorry about that, y'all.
Yeah, that's right.
Daniela, the name of that song is Favorite Pillow by Geo Washington. It's an artist that came out a few years back. That song is actually about 2016, somewhere in that neighborhood. So yeah, Geo Washington made that song Favorite Pillow. He's an artist that kind of got pushed back on the shelf. He came out, but they didn't push him, so they kind of shelved him a little bit. Check him out though, Favorite Pillow.
That's a dope ass song. From the about a minute and a half of what we heard. Yeah, I'm bought and sold. I'm definitely going to search that one out and put it on my playlist.
Okay. That's peace too. You got to get that.
Absolutely.
You don't got to search it out. If you had an Apple phone, I can
just drop it. God, here we go. Here we
go. Daniela said that's because most wear masks of who they want you to think they are, rather than being transparent from the start.
Oh gosh, yes. That is deep. I like that analogy. Yes, a mask.
Yeah, I forgot that. Can't do no liking.
He wanted to heart or like your comment, Daniela, but
can't do it.
Brother's still in jail. So just know that he sends all of the love on that comment there. That definitely hit the right notes for the both of us.
Right. And now the comments are coming up.
I see.
So that's good too, y'all. Yeah. Speaking to Daniela, a lot of people do wear masks, but I don't know if so. It's different kind of mask.
It is.
Right.
It is.
You want to speak to it?
No, go ahead.
Okay, so it is different kind of masks. Some masks are because you got hurt, and some masks are because you don't want to hurt anyone, right? So you hide yourself because you can't hurt somebody if you think that person is going to be dangerous to you.
Right.
Right. So you might think you can open
or
up to
that you're going to be dangerous to that person. Like,
right.
You know, when you, so I'm personally going to speak to the fellas, because I feel like if you hear from a woman, maybe you'll start to listen a little bit differently than if it were your woman. So let me say this.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So let me say this. Men sometimes find that jewel of a woman, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's perfect, but he's not quite ready for that type of a woman.
Okay.
So that mask that he's putting on is to possibly prevent her from being hurt. And so he does that in a couple different ways, right? When you are trying to protect her from being hurt, you come off as harsh, abrasive, abrupt, mean, insensitive, non-communicative, right? You know, so there are so many different facets to how you can wear that mask, so to speak. But then, of course, there are other masks, as my brother said, where a man will put on a mask because he's trying to protect himself from her. And it's not to say that she's not that perfect individual or the person that he sees to be the one for him, but he's so damaged from previous hurt that he is very guarded. And that also can come off non-communicative. Mm-hmm. It could come off as being harsh and abrasive because, like, geez, I'm just trying to love you. I'm just trying to show you that I care about you. Why are you so cold? Why are you so closed off? Why are you not giving me what I'm trying to give you?
Mm-hmm. And well, with that stance, I'm gonna speak from the women's perspective, coming towards me, and coming towards all of the fellas. A lot of times, the woman, she hides herself behind that mask that Daniela spoke of, or that she speaks about, because she don't want us to see who the true her is, right? Because the true person that we end up seeing down the road is usually scary, and that means that she thinks that we might run away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When we know her family, for instance, we might meet her family, mm-hmm. and we'll run from that family,
right?
Because that family could be looked at as too bougie, you know.
Or too hood, too ghetto.
It could be too hood. It could be a situation where we don't want to be around that type of atmosphere, right? And so we got to find that balance where a person can actually where we can make them feel so comfortable that they can take that mask off day one, and if not day one, day two, right? You know, but very early on.
Yeah, very early on.
Yeah, so that you can become that person's favorite pillow. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you can become that person's favorite pillow,
right?
And make things a good life for you. You know. But yeah, anybody else got something to say? Because we got a lot of points. I got 10 points. I got a 10-point system. No, I literally got a 10-point system written down. It doesn't matter what order. It can be in any particular order except the last one.
Okay.
Except the last one. And so anybody else got anything to say about it? Because I want to hear.
Yeah. So why do you guys feel like everything seems to be so perfect in the beginning, so refreshing, so new? Why is that? Besides the fact that some people may put on masks, there has to be other reasons why things seem so refreshing, so new, so happy and joyous in the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Me personally, I think it's joyous because, again, speaking what Daniela said, that mask looks so appealing.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I personally don't like the mask. I'm the type of individual that I would rather not go to a restaurant. Mm-hmm. I would rather not go to a nightclub or a lounge.
Nice, yeah.
I would rather, if I had the chance. Oh no. If I had the chance, I would rather to be at home on the first date.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, some women are probably uncomfortable with that.
I make women comfortable though. Right?
My brother crazy, y'all. I can imagine that though. Yeah, you're a very likable guy, so I'm sure you would be very inviting, warm, and welcoming to someone in your home and not feel or try to make that person feel intimidated or evasive.
Yeah, and I don't want to do that. I don't want them to be feeling scared, afraid. I don't want them feeling, or I can go to their home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I would rather do it like that because that's more of an intimate feel than going out to the restaurant, right? Because at the restaurant or the lounge or wherever you go, you're gonna put on that mask that Daniela spoke of.
Yeah.
I love that she
Because
spoke of the mask.
so many people, not just the person you're with, is watching you.
Right. Right. And then so since they are watching you, now you want to be this other person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to fake it. I'm not going to lie about it. You know, when I go out, it's not all the time that I'm going to hold the door open.
Right.
Yeah, I will, but
Right.
it's not all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not all the time that she's going to hold the door open.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if she came to the house, I'm going to hold the door open for her or invite her in, make her feel really, really comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But that's how I conduct myself at home.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, because we might get to a restaurant and I might know some people.
That's right. And that moment of attention is going to be drawn away from the person you're with to whom that you've reconnected with, whether it be, you know, a short period of time or a long period of time. I mean, as a woman being on a date with a guy, if you take the time out to speak to someone that you know, I'm observing.
Yeah.
Like I told you guys in the past, like I overanalyze a lot. I'm always in my head, so I'm watching and learning this interaction that you may have, whether it be male or female. So obviously, if you're a male and you see when we're out together, you see another male that you know, I'm watching your body language towards that person. I'm listening to what you're saying to that person, because sometimes you guys can give these nonverbal clues like, listen, don't say shit, especially if, you know, you're with a guy or you see a guy that you know, but you're with a new lady. So he doesn't know who she is. You don't want him to say the wrong thing. So you're sitting there like,
with the left eye twitching, like, please do not, do not. Yeah.
And as women, you know, we are, or at least me, you know, I'm very attentive to that type of thing. So I'm watching your interaction and how long of an interaction it is, because at some point your interaction shouldn't go too drawn out, because hello, I'm here.
Exactly. And that's one of the reasons why I do not, I prefer being in a closer setting. It could be at the family barbecue, but I prefer being in that kind of environment so that we can mingle with one another and we ain't got to be like, and we don't have to be like, I hate, you know, when I talk, I cannot talk loud.
Right.
I can't do that. I'll lose my voice.
Right.
Literally.
Yeah, no.
I lose my voice when I'm talking loud. So I'm not finna sit here and yell over the music. I'm not finna be yelling to the waiter or waitress.
Repeating myself 100 times.
I'm
like,
not with all
what
of
you
that.
say? What you say?
Yeah, we got problems.
Mr. Mitchell said, regardless of what I've been through, my new love interest hasn't done anything to me and will get an unbiased chance at my heart.
Okay.
Well, so you're saying that you don't wear a mask at all.
Oh, yeah.
I'm assuming that, or at least that's what I'm gathering from that answer. You know, which is good. Not everyone has a mask, but, you know, those that do wear a mask wear them for good reason. In their mind, you know, that's a good reason. I'm protecting myself, or I'm protecting you, because I could be a damaging guy to you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And as a side note, right, this is going to be a real funny side note, because I love Daniela's comment, right?
About the mask.
Yes. And I love Mr. Mitchell's comment, right? And we started speaking about it.
Right.
This has nothing to do with our topic tonight.
Right.
Has zero to do with the topic. Zero. But it's such an interesting piece that we got to put that perspective in too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Mr. Mitchell said his gets his the new love interest will get his unbiased chance at his heart, right? Marlo's in the room too.
Hey, sis.
Peace, Marlo. How you doing? All right. Marlo says, hello all. I think the mask can be a person putting their quality up front, or on the other hand, hiding their flaws.
That's true.
That is absolutely true. That's absolutely true. I'm gonna give y'all that is very true. The mask piece. I love the mask piece, and I love you for introducing that, Daniela. That was such a great one to introduce.
Because in actuality, we can tie that mask into the end.
Bring it in.
All right.
Do it.
Once that mask comes off.
Do it. I knew that's where I already picked that when she said it.
Once that mask comes off, you start to see that person, that individual for the true person they are. So men, when you put that mask on as a female who's very attentive and very observative and an overanalyzer, I'm starting to see sides of you that you probably don't realize I'm noticing. You know what I mean? Like, if you seem guarded, I feel like you've been hurt. And although you probably won't say it, I can feel it. And eventually that mask is going to come off and I'm going to address it. So you take that mask off just for a brief moment to be vulnerable and say, you know, hey, we've been vibing for a while. Let me explain to you why I've been so guarded. And as a man, you know, you might come to that point where you're ready to reveal certain things. And so when you start to say, you know, hey, you know, I was hurt in the past by my ex, and here's how that happened, and here's why that happened. I'm going to be like, I knew it was something. I knew it was something. I knew there was a reason why you didn't open up to me in the beginning, or a reason why I felt some type of way when you said or did certain things. I'm able to tie that in. So when that mask comes off, I'm already clued in that there's something going on that you're not saying to me. But B, now at that point, because I see you in your vulnerable state and who you truly are, I can then assess if this is the type of relationship I want to move forward.
Okay. So let me weave one more tie in there for you. Yeah. And I want you to answer this one, right? With what you just said about tying that mask into this topic. When the mask is, at what point do you move on from the relationship once you see that mask is off?
To me, I feel that
Daniela.
Yes. Marlo said, I think the mask can be a person putting their quality up front, or on the other hand, hiding their flaws. Yeah. And again, you know, once I notice that the mask has come off, if I see things or there are red flags, you know, we talked about that before, but once I see that there are red flags, especially those red flags that I have on my I don't want in my life list, at that point, I feel it's necessary to end it immediately, because you're now robbing that person of the ability to move on themselves and find someone else better suitable for them. Not only that, but you're attaching yourself to this individual, not allowing yourself to grow and find exactly what it is that you're seeking.
Oh, that's peace. I like that. I like the way you broke that down. Mr. Mitchell said, anyone who's ever loved has been hurt.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed, sir. Everyone who's ever loved has been hurt. That's true indeed. At this moment, I'm going to start off by saying, I'm going to start off with my first point about, see, I got 10 points, y'all.
10.
I don't know if Marlo heard it in
Daniela.
No, Daniela was already here.
Oh, yeah, she was already here.
Yeah, Marlo was the only new joiner.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
And somebody else. So somebody else too is over here on YouTube. So cool. So
Marlo
says, okay, let me say Marlo's thing. Oh no. That's yeah. Okay. Marlo says the mask can also be a way of a person protecting themselves also. Life experience has taught most of us to not put everything on the table to weed out those who are not who they claim they are.
Right.
That's peace, Marlo. I wasn't laughing at your comment, but actually, we literally said that 15 minutes ago.
Right before you joined us.
Yeah, right before.
Like there's two masks and maybe more that people wear in the very beginning. One that you're either guarding yourself from being hurt again, or two, you're guarding that person from being hurt because you know that you're still damaged and you know that you don't want to pass that hurt onto someone who's not deserving of it.
Right, and you'll wear it until they deserve it. So that's why I was laughing, because I was like, man, she said the same thing we were saying, and I don't think she was in here yet.
You know, great minds think alike.
Indeed, indeed. So listen, so I'm gonna throw a point out there, and I want y'all to speak to it. Okay.
Right.
So when is it time to move on from a relationship? This is the first point that I got written down. I got 10 of them. Number 1 is when the last butterfly has flown away.
Ooh, that is intense. That is intense. But believe it or not, that butterfly feeling that you get when you're always with that person, or when they call you or text you, or when you just even see or hear something that resembles them. Once that goes away, I agree. That's a good sign that it's probably time to move on.
When that last one leave, because
when you no longer get excited to see them text you, or when their number pops up on your phone, you're just like, ugh.
Right. What's the English comment, Marlo? Marlo said English. What that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Was what I said too scientific?
Right.
I don't know. Because when I look at that last butterfly,
oh, man.
You know how you got butterflies when you first meet somebody, and I can't wait to see this person. I can't wait to talk to them and all of that. Yeah, you got so many, right? Yeah. And then as time go on, especially, okay, explain. Yeah, no doubt. That's what we thought you was talking about. So as time go on, you don't have that jittery feeling about hearing from that person. And as more time go on, you might even be like, damn.
Right. Yeah. That butterfly left a long time ago.
Yeah. When that last butterfly leave out your stomach, it's time to go. Because ain't nothing but hard times coming from that again. You know what I'm saying?
Stacy says, say that again, cousin.
Which part?
Hey, I don't know which part, but if it resonated, I'm glad I said it.
Yeah. Daryl said, Mr. Mitchell, sorry. I met this woman in February and still get that feeling every minute of every day.
Very nice.
Man, that's peace. And that's a great feeling. You know, I want that feeling.
We all want that feeling.
Yeah, we want that feeling.
Yes.
Where we have nothing but butterflies. You know what I'm saying?
Any mention of that person, any sight of that person, or anything again that resembles or reminds you of that person. Let's say, one day you were talking and they told you what their favorite song was, and it came on the radio.
Ooh,
that butterfly feeling comes, and it's like, woo, that just reminded me of so and so. Yes.
Stacey, you gotta put some context to the clues. If I go wild, I can go wild with them clues. But do something for us, right? Point 1, when that last butterfly has flown away. If y'all agree with that, put a 1 up there. If y'all don't agree with it, put a 2 and explain it.
Right.
And then I'm gonna give y'all point 2.
Yes. Because hey.
So do that for us real quick.
If you're no longer getting excited about that person, not even just a little bit, that means that that last butterfly has gone. And sometimes you may not even identify that it has the pigeon has left the coop. You don't even identify that has happened until you get that moment, that feeling like, why is this person calling me, or why are they texting me, or whatever.
Okay, so Marlo making jokes. He said that's just gas, little sis. It's not butterflies. Okay. And then Stacy said she agrees with it. That's a 1. She agreed with it. Marlo disagreed with it. She put a 2 down.
Wow.
So tell us why you disagree with that last butterfly piece. And Stacy said yes.
Yes, honey. I mean, if you no longer get excited about that person, at some point something has happened. That mask has come off, and it's revealed the person you really don't like, or a person that you like. You're still a good person, but you're just not for me.
Right.
You're not for me.
What say the fellas? What do y'all say? 1 or 2?
1 or 2, fellas. For me, it's 1.
For me, it's 1.
For me, it's 1.
Yeah. When the butterfly flew the coop, I'm flying the coop as well.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you,
ladies and fellas, do you agree or disagree? Mr. Kuiper, hey, I didn't even know you snuck up in here. What?
Mr. Mitchell said a 1.
Kuiper said,
experience is the best teacher, but I truly feel men do it easier than women.
Yes.
What do we do easier than women?
I agree. Once you that last butterfly goes, you're done.
We're done.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I agree.
I'm not gonna speak from the fella's point of view tonight. I'm only gonna speak from the women's
definitely
point of view.
from a woman who dates men.
So you speak,
I can attest.
You're gonna speak from the men's point of view, right?
Yeah.
But let me say this from the women's point of view. I don't believe that the women leave when that last butterfly is gone.
Agreed.
I don't believe
Agreed.
It. Now what?
I agree with you on that.
And then what do you?
From a man's perspective, I feel like, once that last butterfly leaves, it's like you no longer get excited about the essence of that person. You're done. You're done.
Yeah, I think so as well.
And you almost go to this dark place and you start to not so much mistreat, but even though you're done, you're trying to figure out the best way to end it. And I think that's the hardest part for men. You're done. You just don't want to say that you're done. You don't want to be the first one to admit it. And you're trying to find a way, a gentle way to end it.
Right. And from the men point of view, this is where the silliness come in, right?
Yeah.
That silly word that some goofball created, right, called cheating.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh my God.
I don't subscribe to that word cheating.
Right.
But a man will stick around, even though that butterfly has flown the coop.
Yep.
And start cheating.
Yep.
As opposed to just leaving.
Right.
Because like sometimes it might be convenience.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Kendrick said, first he said, let go. Okay, peace. And then he said, she physically doesn't leave, but mentally is gone.
Right.
Yeah. The woman's going to stick around a lot because, speaking from the women's point of view on this one, I think the women like to work things out a little bit more than the man.
Oh, yeah.
The man, as soon as I ain't going to go into all that, but the first sign, he gone. He might not be gone, but he's going into something
right.
else.
Yeah, I feel like when a man is gone, when that last butterfly has flown away,
totally gone.
There's no way to get that butterfly back. You can't get even a wing back. Once he's done, he's done. He may physically stay, as you said, with women, but he's not going to physically stay long. He's just finding a gentle way to be able to say that it's over. And there is nothing, absolutely nothing that a woman is going to be able to do to convince that man who all of his butterflies have gone away for you. There's nothing that's going to bring that feeling back.
Exactly. You know what? There's 3 stages to the butterfly, right? And, I ain't going to use my old ways.
There's the caterpillar who got a whole lot of legs. That means he got a whole lot of options and a whole lot of ways to get around.
There you go.
Then he bundles himself up into a cocoon. And that means, he's trying to get himself together because once he comes out of that cocoon, he's now this beautiful butterfly, right? So once he becomes himself, he's a force to be reckoned with.
Because he's slick. He's looking good. He's silky. He got silk on.
He feels good about himself. And no woman is going to be able to change his perspective on him.
Yeah.
No woman. And you could reject him. You could love him and then reject. It doesn't matter. He's still going to feel some type of way about himself. And that's a great thing.
Mr. Cooper gave a 1. Mr. Mitchell gave a 1. And Mr. Kuiper gave a 1.
All right.
So we got and Stacy gave 1, and I gave 1, and you gave 1.
Yeah.
And Marlo gave a 2.
Marlo gave a 2. So Marlo has to step forward.
Step to the plate.
From a lady's perspective and tell me once all the butterflies are gone, why do you feel like it's not over? Keep in mind that from a man's perspective, if all the butterflies are gone, there's really nothing you're going to be able to say that's going to convince him to, go find another butterfly and have it for me because he's done. It's over.
All right, so while we waiting on Marlo's comment on that, we're going to go to my second point. And my second point is, once you forget about your other person, even if it's for a moment, it's time to move on from the relationship. Once you forget about them, that's serious and it's heavy at the same time.
Yeah, if he was asking if that was a 1 or a 2, I would probably say I'm not in agreement with that point.
That's cool.
I'm not in agreement with that.
I wasn't asking about it, but
I know you was. I'm just saying.
Speak on it.
Go ahead.
Okay.
We got a comment.
Mr. Mitchell said communication is the key. Express yourself. State your grievances. Show your emotions and be honest. Love is a beautiful thing. Most importantly, be respectful of each other, especially when you're mad.
Oh yeah, that's critical.
That's peace. That's very critical, important.
It's
very
almost mandatory.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a critical piece of
when
any kind
people
of
are mad at each other. Sometimes they can say and do the most hurtful things,
it's time
and
to get out
in
of
that moment, that they may regret it later. In that moment, they don't regret a damn thing, but at a later point, especially if the love is still there, you still have a few butterflies for that person, you're going to feel like the lowest human on the face of the planet. Like, I just treated this person or said some of the meanest things to the person that I love the most.
Hey, y'all, give us a 1 or 2 on that last point I just said. Time to move on from a relationship once you forget about your other person, even if it's for a few moments. I don't
know that I agree with that point.
Tell me why you don't agree with it.
I don't feel
so you got
that.
A 2.
Yeah, I'm giving it a 2.
She's giving it a 2.
I'm giving it a 2. I'd love to hear some of the ones out there.
Yeah.
But for me,
Mr. Mitchell don't agree either. Okay.
Great minds think alike.
Great minds. Okay.
Expound on that, Mr. Kuiper said.
I will, but I want to see if you agree with it first.
I don't agree with it. Kuiper, do you agree?
Kuiper, come on, man, and see if let's give us a 1 or 2. And
1 or 2. Do you believe that if someone forgets about you for even a few brief moments, it's time to end that relationship?
Because I'm gonna give you the simplest example, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I'm.
So I got a 1. I'm a 1er.
You're a 1er. So once you forget about someone, even for a brief moment, it's over.
Yeah.
I don't jive with that.
Okay, cool. So
let's get into the heart of it, right? So from a man's perspective,
okay,
you can easily forget about someone you love and someone you had butterflies for. You might still be holding on to that last butterfly.
You said it.
No.
She actually said it without provocation.
No.
She said had. The key word that she just said was had.
You had a whole bunch of butterflies, but you hold on to one. No.
Had means no more.
Well, I don't feel that when you forget about someone, that equates to the same as you losing all your butterflies.
Well, you just said had. Had means
you had a bunch. Now you got one left,
okay,
right?
So
I'm going to use your example, cheating, right?
Yeah, I mean,
y'all probably going to kill me for this, right? Especially the ladies. To me, to me, when a man cheats, it has less to do about emotions and more to do about self-gratification. Like, a man can cheat and have no attachment to that woman, go back home and love his wife.
Okay.
Right? Or his woman or his significant other. He can do that almost haphazardly. Like, yeah, I just fucked this bitch. She was nothing. She was nothing to me, but, I really love my wife. But think about it. In that moment when he was cheating, he didn't think about his wife or his significant other. That doesn't mean that once he goes back home and he still has those few butterflies, maybe there was a reason why the cheating happened, right? Like, wife just wasn't in the mood, or, because some guys find some of the most minuscule reasons to want to run and get sexual gratification somewhere else. But like, when you look at some of the long-term relationships, like someone who's been together 50, 60 years, at some point, the wife in that relationship may not even have a libido, but her husband may still have his libido, and he's going to go out and he's going to cheat, but she's going to still love him. He's still going to love her. But in that moment, he wasn't thinking about her. He really wasn't thinking about her.
So he
was thinking selfishly.
Not thinking about somebody and forgetting about somebody is two different things. Two totally different.
You gotta forget about your wife if you're cheating. You have to forget about her.
No.
There's no way you're gonna have visuals of your wife during the intercourse process with another woman.
Yes.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
Okay, so
hey, listen, fellas, I'm rooting for y'all. Like I can't say honestly that I would be as accepting of my husband or significant other if he cheated and he said, well, baby, I'm sorry. I wasn't really thinking about us, about you, about what I was damaging or possibly what would have happened in that moment. I thought with my dick. It happens. It happens.
I'm gonna go
so
to the bottom
I can't honestly say I would accept it or that I would just leave or end the relationship because of it.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the bottom on the comments. Mr. Kuiper said, I agree with T on this one. I got you. That's peace. Marlo said, boo, little sis.
I know she would. But yes, she hasn't given us the reason why she said number 2.
She did.
Okay, all right. I'm ready to hear that.
Okay, then I'm gonna go back to that.
Okay.
Marlo said you might not always get butterflies from about a person because of low or no endurance in the relationship or friendship. But if you truly care about a person and are compassionate, there will always be something. When a person shows you FCKU, fuck you, then save yourself. They have before and will do it again. Show you fuck you. Yeah, I agree. I get that. So
I agree. But so
with the English. English, Marlo, English. Give us a little bit more on that one.
Yeah, we need you to expand, explain in more detail.
Okay, so Mr. Cooper said, if y'all don't know about it now, Mr. Born Power doesn't like the word cheating. So maybe someone could possibly give a great meaning to that word. Oh,
cheating. Yeah. Cheating can be something so minor,
Mr. Simmons.
But it's any time that you wouldn't do what you would be doing in front of your mate. So, for example, if you're sneaking and calling another woman and you know your significant other is not okay with that, that's a form of cheating. It's a form of cheating, whether you like it or not. Because if you can't sit in front of your significant other and have that conversation, then maybe you shouldn't be doing it. Okay. If she's not going to approve of it, you shouldn't be doing it. Especially when it comes down to of the opposite sex.
Okay, at what point do it become cheating?
It's cheating the moment you decide to have a private conversation outside of your wife with another woman. About anything. If it's a private conversation that she is not privy to, that's a form of cheating.
Okay.
Because you could be confiding in her, she could be confiding in you, and it could be all in your mind, non-sexual. Maybe you two are friends
outside of the relationship.
Yeah. At some point, you have to understand that when you decided to take on a full-fledged relationship, there is no you versus me. There is no, well, I got friends and they like to talk to me and I'm not going to tell you about it because that's between me and my friend. Those boundaries, you've already demolished any walls, boundaries between you and your significant other.
That's peace. See, for me personally, Mr. Kuiper said, "Born, we too old to be cheating," and he laughed. Ha. Yeah. No, that's peace. Here's the cold part. I don't cheat. Because I don't see anything that I gotta hide from anybody.
Right.
I don't see that.
You gotta hide it. That's the problem.
Yeah, I don't see anything that I gotta hide. I tell you. I tell you about it. I tell you that you want to be involved. It's up to you. If that's the case. Like I said before, I find cheating to me, if I'm gonna claim anything to be cheating, it'll be what you talk about.
Yeah. We talked about that on a previous show.
Quite a few.
We definitely have.
Because you can jump into like going out and having sex with somebody. That's not cheating. Going out and even discussing sex.
To me, that's cheating. Because if you wouldn't do it with your spouse or your significant other in the room, then you shouldn't be doing it.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't do that either. But no, I wouldn't. But if you gotta think, like I said before, if me and you can have this conversation,
right,
and you decide to have it with your cousin,
right.
If you decide to have it with your cousin instead of me. And it pertains to our
relationship, then that's cheating.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely.
So we good.
I agree 100%.
Right. Okay. So so for my example of the moment you forget about somebody, I got two examples. The easy one is me having butterflies about somebody. To me, like you saying, had butterflies about somebody. And I might just be coming home and I forget about you when I'm going to grab something to eat. I'm like, damn, I forgot to get you something to eat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's bullshit. I knew I was going home.
Right.
Right? And I knew you was there.
Right.
How the fuck did I forget about you?
But it happens so much in relationships.
That shit happened to me.
You shouldn't end a relationship because you forgot to bring me some food because all you was thinking about was yourself.
If it happened to me, Shema, don't even come home.
Oh my God.
Don't even come home. Don't even come to the house.
No,
I didn't say that wasn't cheating. I didn't say that wasn't cheating, Mr. Kuiper.
That is not right. Like,
I said that the part about the having sex part.
He said having sex is not cheating. Although I disagree.
Yeah.
I think if you cannot have sex with that other person in front of your spouse, your mate, your person, then it's cheating. Whatever it is that you want to do, if you can't do it in front of your mate with that other person, it shouldn't be done.
My lady can have sex with another person in front of me if she's a lesbian.
Well, I bet. But if it were a guy, that would be all bets off, right?
Yeah.
Of course.
I wouldn't even expect it. That's crazy.
It's crazy, y'all. It's crazy. Right. You know, when the shoe was on the other foot, my brother speak a whole different language.
Yeah. Hey, we speak that motherfucking Guyanese. Hey, listen, Marlo said her English version of it is shows fuck you when a person shows you that they are not concerned about your well-being physically, mentally, or emotionally. Okay, we got you.
I agree on that.
Yeah, we got you. Mr. Mitchell said, my woman will laugh at this statement, but since I've met her, other women are ugly. Yeah. That's supposed to be like that. Yeah. Right. If you don't do it in front of her, don't do it when she's not around. Cheating is never necessary. Tell them you don't want them and move on.
Right.
That's the name of the relationship. That's the name of the show.
How and when
to move on.
To end the relationship.
Exactly.
When and how.
Exactly.
You know, we've talked about when is the right time, but we're going to talk about how in a minute.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to give y'all this third point. My third point, one or two. That moment that you despise seeing your person.
Yeah, you know, that's part of when the butterflies leave.
The butterflies can still be there, but if you despise seeing,
ain't no way I'm going to despise the sight of you and still have a butterfly.
But you might be scared.
No. Oh, no.
You might be scared.
Oh,
look how many women deal with a man, stay with the man sexually, but despise seeing him.
Listen, from a man's perspective, when the word despise come into play, if I despise you as a man, because I'm not Tina, right? But I'm saying, if a man despises a woman, there's nothing left. There is absolutely no butterfly. There's no butterfly left.
Mm-hmm.
So once despise comes into the mix, yeah, it's over.
Okay.
It's time to move on.
From the woman's perspective, a woman, she may despise the man, but she'll still have sex with him and kick it and do all she gotta do.
Yeah, because you know she's still holding on to a glimmer of hope that she can put that butterfly back into the mix.
That's true.
So you know, women, when women have that harsh reality that maybe all the butterflies for me have left him, I can fix it, right? All women are like, I can fix this. I love this man. All my butterflies are still there. His might be gone, but I'm gonna make it come back.
Yeah.
Women are like that. They're nurturers by a gift from God. Like they're naturally wanting to be that mender.
Don't be telling people what I get y'all.
So I mean, truth be told, like from the man's perspective, if I despise my woman, there's really not anything she's going to be able to say or do that's going to change my perspective on that.
That's right. Marlo says mentally cheating is harder to get over than physically cheating.
Absolutely.
That's why I said the sex is, I mean, that's what it is.
It's
But-
still cheating.
Okay.
You might not feel
Yeah.
like it's cheating, but again, if my mate is having sex with someone else for whatever the fuck reason you decide you want to have sex with somebody else, I consider it cheating because
Okay.
A, I didn't know about it. B, you didn't ask me if
Yeah.
how I felt about it, so you weren't considering me at all in that
Okay.
equation.
I got you on that. Mr. Kuiper gave a 1 for that. Mr. Cooper also gave a 1 for that point. Mr. Mitchell gave a 1 and said, home is supposed to be safe space. If you don't want to go home because of your mate, yeah, it's time to let go.
Yeah,
That's that despise.
That's that despise part.
Yeah, Mr. Kuiper also said, I believe that butterflies leave men and we can stay happy because we trust and believe you have our backs.
I don't know. I don't agree with that, Kuiper. I don't.
Okay.
I feel like
I feel where you're coming
even
from,
when a
though.
woman has your back, if you have no butterflies for her, it's almost, well, let's just say it for what it is. All the love is gone.
But that's kind of like what I said, kind of like the security, the place to stay.
Right.
That's
So
having
he
your
sticks
back.
around, but eventually he's going to
Yeah.
leave. There's going to be no way for those butterflies to come back
Right.
because they've all flown the coop.
Right.
All the pigeons have flown the coop. So
They flew away from you, Mr.
right,
Cooper.
they're gone.
Fourth point. It's time to move on from a relationship when your person's order shift. When you now dig this, y'all. Stacey, you still here? Daniela, you still? Marlo, I'm speaking for y'all. I'm speaking
Right.
for the women.
Okay. Well, I'm ready to hear.
Nicole, y'all still here, right? So this is the fourth point. It's time to move on from the relationship. From the relationship, when your person's order shifts from number one to whatever else.
Ooh.
If that person goes from being your number one priority to number 2, 3, 10, well, I ain't even thinking about him. I'll get there when I get there. Whatever it is, I don't know what it is. But when that order shift,
I don't agree with that. I don't
talk
agree
to
with
me.
that.
Talk to me. Number 2.
I
She
don't
got
agree
2.
with that. Like there are many happenstances where your order or your placement in my life is going to change. I'm going to have to.
This.
I'm going to have to eventually put somebody ahead of you.
Who?
It may not be an outsider. Like we all have
Ooh.
ailing parents. So at some point, I don't care that you've eaten or not eaten. I'm taking care of my parents or my children. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Absolutely.
there's
not.
going to be
Absolutely.
an occasion in life where that person who you've always held to the highest of standards, that number one in your life, is going to be number 2. And I feel like that shouldn't end the relationship. That should not be a sign that the relationship is over. So what? I didn't feed you today. I got a shit ton of other things I'm
What?
dealing with.
Oh,
You a grown ass man. You
All
better
right.
feed yourself.
I'm gonna go on.
You saw my plate is full.
I'm gonna go on the side of 1,
I'm saying 2.
and she's saying 2. What say you? What say you out
What
here?
say you people?
What say you? Marlo said, physically, people can be around each other, but the whole time that person is a big asshole.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Amen
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah. I've had plenty of assholes in my life. I've had plenty of people acting like
I
assholes.
can take
in my
that
life.
somewhere else, but I'm not.
Right. We don't leave. Pause. Pause.
Y'all. But listen,
We're gonna pause
Yeah.
on that one.
heavy pause on
Pause
that
on
one.
that one. Marlo gave a 2 to that one. Give us no grievance for disagreeing.
I agree that
Yeah.
me and Marlo, that's a 2 on that one. Once
Yeah.
you have, because sometimes life happens where that person is no longer number one in your life. It's unfortunate, but it happens.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to weather that storm. You have to. Especially if all the butterflies aren't gone.
What storm is this one?
Where you're no longer number one. It could be a
There's no way I'm
temporary.
gonna be.
It could be a temporary shift
Listen.
in your placement.
If I have a
It's
lady,
just temporary.
if I have a lady, she is always number one. You dig what I'm saying?
I
She-
get
listen,
it, but
me
if
tell
I
you
were
this.
your lady and you decided to put your kids or your family first ahead of me for whatever the reason is, as long as it's a valid reason,
I'm going to say this.
I'm going to be accepting of my placement at that time.
You'll be number
but eventually, if I don't get back to number one, there will be a problem.
Let me explain this to you here.
So I wouldn't say if it's a permanent shift in your placement. Yeah.
9 times out of 10, once that shift happens, it's done.
No, it's not.
Let me say this. Let me say this. Okay, so my woman would always be number one. Reason why she would be number one is because she's an extension of me. No matter what I do, she do. Right? So again, like you said, like my kids, they're not gonna come before my woman, right? Because when I'm broke down, guess what? She gonna be right there to help them. You know what I'm saying? As am I. If she got kids, when she broke down, I'm gonna be the one that she gonna be like, well, they need it, so we're gonna be doing that together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My parents, let's go. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say the same thing about hers. Let's go. Let's make sure everything all right.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? This is a number one because it ain't no. Remember we spoke about this in past shows. I don't look at two people.
Right.
And when I start messing with a woman and we are in a relationship, that's my queen, that's my wife, whatever she is. It's only one. We are one.
Right.
We are one.
And that's how it should be.
There will never be a deuce. So,
ideally, that's how it should be. But again, I just feel that there are sometimes life circumstances that will force a man or a woman to place their significant other in the number 2 spot. And most often it is temporary. However, if it is permanent, yes, I agree that is a sign that you should end the relationship. But if it's just a temporary shift in your placement, why end it over something so minuscule?
We're looking at temporary. I don't see a shift as being temporary.
I can't see a shift.
There is never going to be a day that I'd be like, baby, I got to take care of them first. Not going to happen because we are a team. We go both take care of them together. You see what I'm saying?
No, but again, I just feel like there are circumstances. All right, so let's say all 3 of us, me, you, and my father, are in a bad accident, right?
Yeah.
And all of my body parts are functioning just fine, but one of y'all needs a kidney. Both of y'all need a kidney. Who am I gonna give it to first?
Me.
I'm gonna give it to my dad.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna give it to my dad.
You gotta give it to me.
I can live without one. I'm not giving it to you. That's just in that temporary moment. I'm sorry, love. I cannot. You're just gonna have to sit back and wait until someone else donates because it's not gonna be me. My one is going to my father.
Yeah, I got one brother.
Yes.
And they were saying that he was on the list to get a liver.
Okay.
And they were saying that you can get your liver can grow back. I didn't know that at first.
Yeah.
But then in my head I contemplated like, should I can give him one?
Right.
Give him not one. Give him part of my liver.
Right. Yeah. You can give just part of it, and someone can live off of it.
Someone can live, and so I mean, for who's ever there as my only one, they can get it. Now I ain't gonna say this on live, but if it's more than one, yeah, it's out.
Yeah, well, no, I mean you got more than one, but I'm saying like.
But if it's only one, it's only had one brother.
Right.
He gets it.
Absolutely. If your significant other or your brother needed it, you'd give it to your brother. Right?
No, I give them both a little piece.
You can't.
I'm giving them both some. Matter of fact.
This man crazy, y'all. He is crazy.
Hey, we're going to split this in 3. Let me say this real quick. All right. So Mr. Mitchell said, I kind of see both sides of the fence, but I understand other obligations, but I want my time as well. My baby is always number one, always capital letters and 3 exclamation points.
Yes.
Right. And then Mr. Mitchell also said, never a day born. 3 exclamation points again. Mr. Cooper said he got a 1. He agrees because the person should still tell you that they have to go and check on her parents. Exactly. I'm going to have to go check on your parents. And that shows that they are still communicating about their plans
They're still
together.
one unit, right?
Marlo says, "Sorry, little sis, my mate getting that kidney."
Indeed. You ain't getting my goddamn kidney. If my daddy needed it, or my kids needed it, or my mom needs it, yeah, I'm always going to choose them first. Sorry for anybody out there that seems to be shocked by that answer.
I feel you, because you can have another mate.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy can hit the bucket and you can get another one.
Exactly.
Okay, I get that.
Not saying that you're replaceable, but I only get one mom, I only get one dad. I gave birth to 4 kids and they're all completely individual. I ain't having no more babies and none of mine can be replaced. So
right. Mr. Kuiper said, "Okay, T, what if you and Born have a kid? It'll be supreme." It'll be supreme. Born supreme. So Stacy, she got 3 laughing faces and she said, "Tina, not wait." Wow. No. Hey, here go the cold part. I'm gonna give y'all my 5th point, and then I'm gonna play this other song, and then we're gonna run through the last 5 points. The 5th point, well, Mr. Cooper said, "Wow, the kidney is very personal for me, y'all. It's been 3 years now. I only have one." See,
wow.
That's peace. And if that one go bad, peace. we could take one of mine.
Yeah. Hey.
You take one of mine.
As long as none of mine need it.
Okay.
If we share, I would consider.
There you go.
I would definitely consider.
Mr. Kuiper said, "No. Who you gonna give the kidney to? Me or the baby?"
I would definitely give it to the baby. Born, who would you give it to?
If you or the baby need it?
Yeah.
You, because you can make another baby and we can get rid of the little dog. You got to have the kidney, Tina. You got to have the kidney.
No, you can make babies with any woman. Any woman.
That's why I'm gonna give it to you.
There's only one of this one.
That's why I'm gonna give it to you.
No.
Because I can get another baby somewhere.
Oh my God, this man is crazy, y'all.
That's what I'm saying.
Woo!
Hey.
Jesus. That's deep. Get to your 5th point. I'm just irritated by you saying that.
I need my baby to stay around.
Get rid of the kid. You probably shouldn't have been here in the first place.
Majority of the kids I know about are mistakes. I'm tripping. I'm telling y'all. Just don't worry about me.
Damn, get rid of the kid and give it to my woman. Wow.
Okay, so Mr. Kuiper said, "No, I'm saying if y'all had a kid, but the same situation between Born and your dad." Yeah, that's what we just said. Yeah. She got to give it to the kid.
Born said he gonna give it to me. All right.
Damn.
I don't live.
I'm not giving it to her anymore.
Life. Right.
Don't anybody else like my kidneys?
Give it to the baby. That could be a future president.
Yeah. Now I know.
Future scientist, the future.
Yeah. Mr. Mitchell said, you can have any woman, but never another her. Tina her? Yeah, it's only one Tina. Tina got family in the chat though. So it's actually like 2 of them. They both fine.
Right. Not the kid, Born or daddy. Who said that?
Not the kid, Born or daddy. Mr. Kuiper.
Me?
Yeah, he gonna give it to the.
What you already know.
Yeah,
She's
giving it to her daddy.
Daddy getting it. That's just what it is.
Wait, you gonna call me daddy, or you gonna?
Oh my God!
Who you calling daddy in this case? I'm trying to figure this out.
My biological father, the man who donated to my DNA, not gave me DNA.
Okay.
Donated to my DNA.
All right. So 5th point, y'all. 5th point. Y'all give us a 1 or a 2 and expound if y'all want. Well, Mr. Mitchell said her, as in my woman, she's one of a kind. Stacy said she's laughing her ass off. I would like to see that.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 5.
I can see it. You just listen. I see her big ass smile. She cracking up. I can see it.
I would love to see that. Mr. Kuiper said, okay. Explain to the kids you let his dad die. Boom. Right? Okay. Then Mr. Mitchell said he's just being clear. All right.
What do you mean explain to the kid?
Okay, let's go.
Kid, I had to let your dad go so you can be here.
Kid,
you're going to live on your father's legacy.
These kids don't like their daddy
are going
anyway,
to grow up and be a greater man than he was. You take all of the life lessons that he had instilled in you, genetically, and you make a great human from that.
Okay.
Born been here almost 50 years. He good.
I'm good.
He good. He done lived a lot. This little one ain't lived at all.
Yeah. I would give my organs for my daughter to live.
Absolutely.
Maybe the woman that I'm dealing with, when I start dealing with one, I probably would do it.
Once you find her.
Yeah. Yeah. I probably would. I don't know. Yeah, I would. If she needed, I wouldn't be, I can't be doing so much personal stuff and then she not getting a kidney.
Right. Like what?
Okay. Kuiper said the kid wasn't in an accident, but okay.
But if the kid needed the kidney.
Okay. So somebody going to get a kidney from Tina and we don't know who it is yet.
Right. It won't be a significant other if there's someone close to me that needs it more.
Yeah, it got to be somebody. All right. So here goes the fifth
Number
point.
5.
Y'all. Okay, it is time to move on from the relationship once you notice that you stopped benefiting, that they've stopped benefiting you. You know what I'm saying? If you don't seem to benefit anything from that person anymore, emotionally, physically, mentally,
wow, spiritually. Wow.
It's about time. Is it time to go? Is
That's
that a one?
That's a one.
Is that
for
a one,
me.
y'all?
That is definitely a 1.
Wow. Yeah, man, I'm about to be a goner, man. I'm about to be a goner, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's over. It's over. So
sorry.
Give us a 1 on that one. Give us a 1 or a 2 on that one, on that last point. The last point being, it is time to move on from a relationship once you notice that they've stopped benefiting you.
Yeah.
I think that applies more to women.
Yeah, you think so?
I think so.
Nah,
I think the women.
I know a lot of guys who look for a lot of benefits in a woman. Okay. There are men that just can't cook, and so the benefit of having that significant other is because you can now eat a healthy meal.
But do they leave though when they stop? When
that benefit is gone, whatever benefits you're getting from that relationship, it's time to go.
A lot of Marlo said that's super selfish. I don't know which part. I think she's talking about that kidney that you won't get.
Hey, I'm not giving it out to no man. Sorry, Marlo. You can give it to your man.
Yeah.
And mine not getting it. If my kid needed it, sorry.
Yeah. Kipe said a 1. Stacy said a 1.
All right.
Cooper said a 1.
All right.
But I think that a man will tolerate more not benefiting than a woman would. And the reason I say that is because a woman can cook real good.
Yeah.
Right? And that benefits the man. Yeah. But if the woman maybe starts working a different job, whatever the case is, and she like they start eating out a little bit more, the man gonna go along with it.
I don't know about that. If that's the only benefit that he was getting.
Well, if the only benefit he was getting was food, he need to be with her anyway.
I'm just saying, anyway. Some men.
But
Well, then fuck it. Let's say sex.
Sex. Okay.
If all she was able to benefit or give this man is great sex, like this man is super independent. He makes his own money. He's not relying on hers. Hers is just an addition to the supplementary income that we need in order to live and flourish well. You know what I'm saying? So financially, he doesn't really need her. Emotionally, he may not need her.
Don't step your foot over that line.
But
because you're getting into a different subject.
But sexually, he needed her. He needed her. And she's no longer able to fulfill that one obligation she had in his life. He gone.
He not gone.
He's definitely gone.
He'll still be with her. He probably go get that somewhere else.
That's cheating, and she might.
She might agree with it.
I mean, but she might not.
Yeah, I feel you though. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Marlo said that's super selfish. She said no, when stop benefiting from a person. Well, see, when you stop benefiting from a person, so like somebody could be elevating you. Right. Somebody can be helping you out in the sense of what? Okay, so so everybody here is around that 50,
over the age of
45 mark, right? Everybody is around that 45 mark. I mean, I know I look like I'm in my 20s, Tina too.
I wouldn't say I look like I'm in my 30s. I ain't gonna say 20s. Early 30s. I'll take that. I'll take it.
So she look like she's in her early 30s. I look like I'm in my 20s. But a lot of people at over 40, 45, 50, some over 55, stuff like that, the reason for a relationship is different than when you are in your 20s. In your 20s, you are growing.
Yeah.
It's growth and development. It's about building a family.
Yeah.
It's about seeing what you and the other person, your significant other, can do together. Right? In your 40s and 50s, it ain't about building a family no more. The family is already there.
Right.
That's the time when you look at, they used the term years ago, but that's where you start looking at that family, that so-called nuclear type of family, right? Or that blended family in this case, right? So this is where you get the Brady Bunch from. The benefit is not doing any of that anymore. It's doing it's companionship, it's communication, it's growth in a different mental, what you called spiritual, financial. It's different things like that going on soon. At that point. So it's not the same as it was when you was in your 20s.
So just think about that. Like, early on when you were looking to create a family, this was the perfect person for that. And you might have built upon a different set of standards as the family became a family and you're no longer expounding on that family. So now you have to find other benefits. What new benefit is this person serving in my life? But what my brother's question is once all of those benefits are no longer relevant to you, you don't give a damn about any benefit that this person might bring to the table, or the benefits are gone.
They're gone. Because just think about somebody that let's say, I'm gonna give this example. So say you got a man that's really emotionally open to you. Now he stopped communicating, right? Now your emotions are starting to feel, you slumbering. You can fall into a state of depression.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That benefit gone.
It is.
You might as well get up out of there before you get mentally damaged.
Right. Because then that damaged effect can drain you.
Exactly. And that's the depression. It can go into that slump. Yeah. And now people are starting to look at you crazy and not know what the real deal is. Mr. Mitchell said at 56, you took the words right out of my mouth. Remember, I said in our last show, all the things money can't buy, that's what I need in a woman. Word. That's right. That's word. Right. That's what people do at an older age. Yeah. And older just being, in this case, over 40.
Yeah.
Right? Because most people are over 40, they not really trying to have too many babies.
Yeah, you're not at that point. If you haven't already started a family, it's probably the last thing on your list at over 40. Over
40, yeah. So I'm not going to meet someone that's looking to have a family.
Right.
Now it could happen. I mean, getting one younger.
Well, that could definitely happen.
Yeah. But typically you're looking for other things when you get into that realm. And that's when the benefits start. What's the name? Okay. So listen, real quick, we at the halfway point of the points, and we're only gonna take a few more minutes of your time. But listen to this song. This is the song. I ain't gonna wait until the end to play it, but I'm gonna play it now. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this song being a song for when someone decides that they might be leaving you or ending the relationship.
All right, let's hear this song.
Back. Okay. Y'all ready? Wait a minute. Push the play button. All right. Oh, damn it. Wait a minute.
Now this song choice is once it's over. So we started off with a song choice when it's fresh, when it's new, in the beginning. Now we're gonna, this song is more fitting of when it's over.
Right.
And it ain't that hit the road, Jack, and don't come back no more. It ain't that one.
This is colder than that. No, I hit the wrong thing. Sorry. Let me kill this. No, hold on. Sorry, y'all. Give me 1 second. I'm tripping. All right. Boom. Tripping. All right. Okay. Y'all ready, y'all? Y'all ready? Here we come. Here we go. This is the song. Go. This is the song. Now, this is a bad song, though. It's a bad song. It says a little old school, but it's a bad song, I'm telling you. Check this out. All right, here we go. I'm gonna have everybody riding in the caddies doing it. Listen to this.
Oh, darling, after all this time, just seems to me, girl, to be changing your mind. We don't talk no more like we used to do.
Oh, shit. Sorry about that. My bad.
What in the world come over you? Baby, oh, baby, can't be. Tell me, baby, what you telling me? I wanna know, baby. I heard somebody say, baby, you close back, baby. What you telling me? I want you to go, baby. Listen, lately I felt that you avoided my conversations. You would turn on the TV, you needed aggravation. I just don't know what I've done to you. But whatever it is, child, I hope one thing can't be true, and that is, no, can't be. Yes, I do. Sometimes I'm on, how long? Can't be. You don't know what you're telling me. Don't know what it's doing to me, baby. Oh, no. Girl, if you only knew what was going through my mind, just stop fooling around with you. Give me all your time. The best years I've had, I spent them all with you. If you love me one day, I'll be through. I'm sick, baby. Somebody know I'm talking about out there.
Independence.
Indeed.
I know it's gonna be like this one day. I'm gonna be here with the neighbors. And you know how the neighbors talk. Old Tom over there, he want you to leave me in the house. And old Mary down there, she don't know what she's talking about. She think I'm cutting up on you, baby.
All right.
Wow.
That's a piece. That's peace, y'all. That's
Wow.
that song where you know the relationship.
Yeah, you know it's over. But you know what? What I just noticed about that song choice right at the end, right before he ended the song, he said, "I'm sick." You know, that sick feeling that you get is because you still have butterflies for that person.
He do.
He still had
But
butterflies.
she leaving him.
Because all of her butterflies were gone. Wow.
And she stopped communicating. LJ, peace.
LJ, hey.
Peace.
That's deep.
Mr. Cooper said, somebody else said something. Check your screen for a second before Marlo. Go up one more time.
It was Marlo. Daniela.
No, go up before Marlo.
Ooh.
What did Marlo say? Because Marlo said something before the independence part.
I don't know. I can't get it.
Right there. No, go back down. Right there.
At 56.
That's Mr. Mitchell.
Yeah, that was Mr. Mitchell. Daniela, then Marlo.
There it is.
Marlo said, it's about combining at this age. It's selfish when you're done with a person once you're not benefiting. You a ass cahoy. elevate others too. I mean, yeah, Marlo, I'm sorry to say, but once that, it is selfish. It is selfish in a sense, but we all do it. Whenever you choose a mate, you're choosing that mate because that person makes you feel a certain way, in addition to all of the great things they bring to your life, whether it be financial, emotional, spiritual. There's so many benefits. Those are actual benefits. But once all of that ceases to exist, you have to be selfish and say, I still need those things. You're not willing to give them, or you can't give them. So at this point, the relationship is over.
And that's one of the reasons why, see, like nobody ever admits it, right?
Right.
But that's most of the time the benefiting that that your person provided for you is the reason why you have more than one person in your life. Mm-hmm. If everything went well and no one left after the benefiting stopped, or the so-called cheating occurred, if all of that stuff happened and no one left, you would have only been with one person in your life, possibly two, but no more than two. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you know, you got some people that's out here got kids by 3 different guys. Men got kids by 3 different women. Mm-hmm. So those benefits, somewhere along the line, something did not occur correctly.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the things that it's not so much selfish. It's knowing who you are and who they are. It benefits both of y'all to move on at that point.
You know, saying that someone is selfish, it has such a negative connotation. But being selfish sometimes is necessary. Yeah. Think, for example, if you are a single woman, you have to be selfish with your time, with everything. You can't openly share yourself with the world.
Indeed. And that's
because most men want someone that is going to at some point be selfish. Like, I don't want to know that you're this openly friendly person who's out saying, hey, because we look good to each other, let's have sex because we're single. Yeah. At some point you have to be selfish.
And most women are like that too. Most women don't want to be around with a guy that's out there mingling with 10 women. Right. You know what I'm saying? You want to be able to do what you got to do.
Being selfish is an okay thing to be.
Selfish is great in a relationship.
Especially at certain points in your life.
Yeah. Mr. Cooper said, that's old. Speaking to the song, that's old, the Independence. Born Power Allah, you weren't even born yet. Play on words. Yeah, you're right. And then LJ did say that's peace. Mr. Mitchell said, if she ended it with me at this stage, I'd be sick. For real. I got it bad, like Usher.
Real bad.
Yeah, that was in his Usher voice. Marlo said, I'm different. I choose relationships, friendships, because I see the good in people first, and I look to elevate others.
But see, not everybody wants you to elevate them. Maybe they're comfortable being in this stagnant place in their life. And yeah, I mean, I get it that you see the good in people. Who wouldn't? But at some point, there has to be some substance there in order for you to want to continue.
And then what if you dealing with somebody, Marlo, and I'm gonna just say this, if you dealing with someone and you trying to elevate them and they are not trying to grow,
they're complacent.
What do you do? Do you continue on, or do you just move on? Because it's only so many times you can beat a horse that's already dead.
Right.
You know, we've heard that before, right?
Right.
So you can only beat a horse so many times. It's already dead. So, okay. So number 6. Let's go to number 6. Y'all ready? Number 6. I hope you still there, Stacy. I hope you still there, Mr. Cooper. I hope you still there, Mr. Mitchell, Mr. Kuiper, Mrs. Hall, all of y'all, Mr. Moore and Mrs. Moore. We hope y'all still there. Number 6. If you feel the need to question the relationship, is it okay? So the relation, it's time to move on. If you feel the need to question the relationship, that's my number 6. Agree or disagree?
I agree. When you start to question it, yeah. At some point, that person has given you this instinctive feeling that they're not as in it as they once were, or they're not as in it as you are. Mm-hmm. And when you start to question that, like, you both come in with a common goal. We want to be together. And after you have established that, you start to expound on those and say, not only do we want to be together, but we want to have kids. Well, let's say, for example, that person wore a mask in the beginning and said, yeah, I love kids, right? But then later on, after that mask comes off, that person's like, yeah, I definitely don't want no fucking kids. I hate kids.
Right.
That's a game changer.
Yeah, that's a game changer.
That's a game changer. At that point, you're really starting to question if you're going to alter your goals to fit that person's, or if you're just going to say, you know what, that was too much of a game changer for me. This is something I've always desired and wanted, so I'm going to part ways.
Yeah, it's about that's no need to speak on that one. That's heavy.
Yeah.
Marlo said, for me to elevate others, I elevate myself. Indeed you do, but do you elevate yourself while elevating another person that's not trying to grow? And that's the main thought process. If you can only continue to elevate a person if they are trying or willing to grow. Mm-hmm. If they're not trying or willing to grow, there is no use. You know what I'm saying? Right. You can only do it so many times. Right. You know what I'm saying? And then, okay. And then
did I just lose power? I knew I was going down.
You got a charger? You don't? I got one.
Yep, it just died. Yeah, I saw the 5%.
And we'll leave.
Sorry, y'all. We coming right back on Facebook. My phone just died.
That's the C. That's the what's name, right?
Yeah, it's the C. The glories. See, that's what I get, because I stay on my phone all day long. And here we go. No juice. Hey.
Just bought that one. Brand new. Look
at that.
It's gonna be the rapid charge too.
Hopefully they come on over to the YouTube. The show just ended for some reason. Yeah, we know.
Here we come, y'all. Here we come.
All right. Here.
That dog is going crazy.
Yeah, what is wrong with her?
Whenever she hears somebody now, she's not used to a woman coming over here and not playing with her.
All right, let's rapid turn it on.
Okay, here it is. So she hears somebody. Okay.
We're back.
We back, y'all.
We're back on YouTube, but give me about 1 minute and we'll be back on Facebook.
Right. And then we're gonna wrap it up too. It's not gonna be long. It's not gonna be long. Did it come on?
Nope, not yet. Sorry.
Let's wait. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to give him kids.
We're powering up, y'all. We're powering up. I'm at 1%. Yay. Gotta love modern technology. This has been a really great topic, though. Really good discussion. I'm proud of you people. Very proud of you people. I'm getting texts. Ah, yes.
We'll be done, okay?
All right.
It came back on.
Yes. We are back on.
Back up.
The glories of technology. All right. Hopefully they all join us. We're gonna give you guys like a minute or two to join us again. Sorry, I had a malfunction. Not necessarily a malfunction, but my phone died. Duh. So yeah, we're ready to get from 6 to 10 pretty fast.
Yeah, we're gonna go rapid through.
We're gonna go pretty rapid, but we're gonna give you all like a minute or two to rejoin the live. Come on, Mr. Mitchell's back with us. Who is that?
Mr. Mitchell.
Daniela's back with us.
Daniela,
hey.
Peace. Daniela back up there.
Yep, LJ.
Mr. Moore.
LJ, hey. Yes. All right.
We back.
We are.
We back.
Rich is back with us.
Rich is back.
Yes. Come on back, y'all. I'm sorry.
Mr. Cooper.
I apologize. My phone died.
That was my fault.
We were not abruptly being mean to you guys. Like, fuck it. We don't want to hear what y'all got to say. That's not it at all. That is not it. We simply had a malfunction. Not the new phone, right?
That is one reason why I will not get an Android, man. Yeah, and the iPhone go on for days.
Nah, I don't believe it.
Yeah, Rich.
I don't believe it.
Exactly, Rich. Yep. Bad.
Listen, before we get back into the topic, this is why my phone was literally low before I even got here. I had a long day. So I had an offsite meeting with some of my bosses and bosses' bosses. We all went out to lunch. And so I had my phone. Normally, when I'm at work, I work from home. Normally, my phone is charged. It is plugged into the charger. But today, I had an offsite meeting, and it was way long. And my phone went without juice for a good long time, and therefore, it took a shit. Sorry. But I'm glad you guys are back. Hello, Javar.
Peace. Mr. Henderson, VAR in the building. Was you here before? We going through these. This
is the first time I've seen your face on our live. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, welcome to the live VAR. He listened though. I know he listens sometimes.
That's good. Coop, you team Android, stay team Android. We don't need to be paying outrageous money for a phone. Ooh. That can easily be broken.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna do it.
We're gonna call this part 2 because this is 6 to 10. Even though the phone just died, y'all.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Number 6.
Number 6. I'm gonna run through number 6. Number 6. 1 or 2 in the comment section if you agree or disagree. We already spoke on it, but it is time to leave the relationship if you feel a need to question the relationship. That's definitely time.
1. I'm a 1.
I'm a 1.
When you start to question it, it's about time.
It's a 1.
It's time to go. I agree with that.
Yeah, and that's serious questions too, not that nonsense like.
Yeah, not like in his case, did you really forget to bring me dinner? That's not a serious question. My brother would take that shit to the extreme. But I am a 1. I honestly, it has to be a serious question. Like, do you really still love me? Or do you still feel that spark? Or are the butterflies still there? I know you may not have all of them as you did in the beginning, but how do you really feel about me?
Right. VAR gave a 1. Mr. Cooper said a 1.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Where Marlo at? Where's Stacy at? Marlo, Stacy, Kite. Where Kuiper at?
Yeah, Kuiper, come back.
Come on back, man. Don't be bugging out now. Come on back. All right. So number 7 on my points list. Number 7 on the points list. The topic, VAR, I don't know if you heard it, but it's when is it time to move on from a relationship? Number 7 is once you realize your interests aren't aligned anymore.
Ooh.
That's deep. That's that's serious.
Mitchell gave a 1 too.
Mitchell gave a 1. Mr. Mitchell gave a number 1 for number 6. You know why that's so significant?
Yeah, go ahead and elaborate.
Do you agree or not?
I don't know. I'm waiting to hear something.
Oh, I don't be liking it all the time. Because know why though? Why it's so significant is because that is the one where most people say, we just went our separate ways. We just grew apart.
We grew apart, right?
That's what it is. When your interests aren't aligned anymore, you grow apart.
I don't know. I can't.
It's better to grow apart and know that it's good for both of us to be gone than to hold on to you and wreak havoc on both of us.
It all depends on what those interests are, because we're human. So things that you may have liked in your 20s, at 40 and 50, you probably don't have as much of a liking for it as you once did.
That's why people grow apart. Like what?
Football. I'm a huge football fan. But in my 20s, I could give a fuck less about football. Like, I was a cheerleader through high school, so I had to pay attention to the game because I was the co-captain of the team. So I had to know what plays were being played. But like, after school was over, after those events were over, I didn't watch football. I didn't want to follow the game at all. But now I'm damn near a diehard football fan. Like, I love it.
Really?
Yes. So when your interests aren't in alignment anymore, I think you probably have found new common interests to.
You should have. But if you don't, that's when you're growing apart. That's the point right there.
That could be. Yeah, you're right. That could be the pivotal moment that would cause someone or a couple to say, we grew apart. So I was on the fence, but when you put it like that,
that's where it's at.
I agree.
These are rider points. These points right here are for us to, just the same thing we always say, for us to educate, which is give you the information, have some entertainment, right? And then for us to do self-reflection. That's our points on these. These are all our points. Mr. Mitchell said, if you grow together, your interests should align. Exactly. But see,
not necessarily.
No, he said it right. If you grow together, but then guess what did I say? If you grow apart, that's when your interests are aligned. See, that's right. See, it's so hard to stick with somebody for a super long time if they aren't aligned with your interests, you aren't together. You know what I'm saying? So I agree. I mean, that's anybody though. That's one of them things. You know what I'm saying? So. So we got some ones. VAR, I think VAR probably likes your football analogy. Because he's a coach too.
All right.
He's a coach as well.
Oh, we got Tight Ship back. Thank you.
Come on back. You dig? So he's a coach too, and the same thing that Mike is coaching.
Yeah, Mike coaches Little League football.
Yeah, they're in the same Little League.
Wow, interesting.
That's crazy, Little League. Okay, bet. We're gonna leave that there. Number 8. Number 8. This is a good one. All right, I wrote it, and I'm tripping. I'm got to see because I wrote it too small. Number 8. A good time to leave. When is it? The topic is, when is it time to move on from a relationship? When you look at the list of order of importance, and number 1 isn't in play anymore, it's time to go.
Elaborate on that.
Well, order of importance is like you just said. You meet somebody when you're younger, and you want to have some kids, and y'all discuss that,
right?
And then once y'all start relating and y'all having fun and stuff,
right?
So you just said the man say, "Well,
fuck them kids.
I don't want no kids. We're living now,
right?
Right?
We good now,
So now
we're happy. We have a home together, and you still want them kids.
Yeah, and so number 1, what you said, it might be time to move on.
Yeah.
So that's that same. That's what I'm talking about right there. Stuff like that.
I agree.
1 or 2, y'all. 1 or 2.
1 or 2 on number 8.
1 or 2. Mr. Mitchell, Mr. Cooper, VAR.
Tight Ship.
Marlo, if you're back.
Rich. Number 1 or number 2?
My favorite. Stacy. Cuzzo. Stacy. What's buzzing? Daniela. Yes, Daniela too. 1 or 2 on that. Number 8. This is a good one.
We're getting to some really good ones. These last 2 is some good ones.
2.
This
is a good one. I was listening to the music the other day, about 3 days ago. And I was like, where are those women at? Fellas, I know this is what, but I want to ask the women, where y'all at? Where y'all at? It's time to move on from a relationship when you don't feel like getting your Destiny's Child anymore. When you don't feel like getting your Destiny's Child on anymore. Catering to your person.
Ooh.
When you don't feel like catering to your person anymore. When you don't want to cater, and I'm not talking about tonight because you're tired. I'm talking about like you went to the business meetings and stuff like that.
Not those temporary things, but like it becomes a permanent fixture in your life that mentally, catering to that person is not on your priority list. I agree. You don't want your mate to feel insignificant.
Right.
And the significance of catering to that person is letting them know that you cherish them more than pretty much anyone else on the face of the planet. So when you're catering to submission, right? When a woman submits to a man, she simply is saying that, you know, above all else, I love you. And I'm willing to make sure that you feel cherished and loved and valued from now until eternity. Mm-hmm. But when you lose that,
right,
that's a problem.
Right. Var, well, our topic tonight is when is it time to move on from a relationship? And it's all experience based.
Right? Oh, Marlo, catering or handicapping?
Catering, not
handicapping.
Yeah, handicapping. What is handicapping?
Handicapping is basically doing everything for that person that they're capable of doing themselves. So you're basically handicapping them. Let's use the analogy of wiping someone's ass. You know, everybody, if you're going in the bathroom and you're taking a shit, you're in there by yourself, you should be fully capable of wiping your own ass.
Yeah.
But there are women that will wipe your ass for you because they feel like this is something I should be doing.
Yeah.
That's handicapping someone because eventually they're going to get to a place where it's almost second nature for them to say, hey, come wipe my ass.
Yeah. Handicapping. I don't agree with handicapping. Marlo put up the throw up.
It was a great analogy.
It was. Mr. Mitchell said, I agree, Queen, you nailed it. Boom. The thing about handicapping is I've never been in that situation. So it's hard for me to speak on it. But I would not let a woman that I'm dealing with, she couldn't do stuff for me that I'm not gonna do for her.
Right. So, or that you're not capable of doing for yourself.
Well, no, because I'm not capable of giving myself a massage.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Because you're not capable, but things that you are capable of.
Right.
You're capable of tying your own shoe.
Right.
Maybe one day in the future, your hands might not work as properly as they once did. So you might need your woman to do that for you. That's different.
Yeah.
But when you're fully capable of doing it yourself, but you prefer that person to do it because they are worshiping the ground you walk on and they're willing to do any and everything that you need them to do, that's handicapping.
Okay.
I would think that if you felt the need to play along with someone who you're handicapping, that was the wrong relationship to get into in the beginning, unless you're just a servant of that person.
Yeah, I'm a 1.5.
And that's that is your goal in life, is to be the servant to your husband, your king, your spouse.
Yeah, no, I'm a 1.5. That one, I can't give it a 1 or a 2 just because Marlo used the word handicapping. Handicapping is tough because I would, if don't get me wrong, if this is a relationship now, right?
Right.
If it's a relationship, she gets what she gives and probably more.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? If it's a relationship, anything else, I don't know. But so you don't have to ask me about rubbing your feet. You don't have to ask me about massaging, getting a massage.
Right.
You don't have to ask. Women don't have to ask me to make her bath water, to run the bath water. That's going to be done.
And same thing for a woman. Like, you don't have to ask for a hot cooked meal after you've been at work all day.
Exactly.
You don't have to expect or ask for the house to be clean. You don't have to ask me to be considerate when I'm getting takeout.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I'm always going to be considering you in that moment.
Remember what I said, that other point. You forget about me.
But if I forget one time, damn it, don't you leave me.
That's inconsiderate. That's inconsiderate. See, I knew that points was gonna come back. Oh, I got one more thing to say too. I got this. Let me say this. Y'all gonna love this one though, but not Mr. Cooper. Let me say this comment. Mr. Cooper said, "Oh heck no! If I'm able to wipe myself, I don't want nor need a woman to do anything around that area." No doubt.
Right. But there are some men that would just like jump at the opportunity for a woman to do that.
I've never had that. That's crazy.
But I mean,
but if it was necessary,
I mean, like, look at some of those relationships where you have a dominatrix, like your woman is a dominatrix and you're her slave or her servant. So you like getting spanked and putting dog collars on and playing like a baby and being fed with a bottle, that type of shit. Like, some men like that shit, but if she stops doing it.
If I'm getting dominated by a woman, I do not want to be fed with a bottle. It's going to be breastfed. It's not going to be fed with a bottle.
Right.
Yeah, that's where I'm going to be at. Mr. Mitchell says, I'm definitely a giver, so I exceed expectations.
Hey, Lisa.
Hey, Lisa, what's going on? Mr. Mitchell got that peanut butter this whole thick.
That's thick. That's thick. Oh my God.
Hey, don't be up here trying to take my women.
Right.
Yeah, you take
my brother says stay away from his women.
Hey, Mr. Mitchell is on a prowl.
Here.
I'm telling you. Go ahead. Marlo said, I think a person, especially men, need to feel needed. When a person no longer feels needed, you run into problems.
But that's for a woman as well, though. I think that goes both ways. A woman wants to feel needed as well. I want to be your comforter.
She also said that. She said, we women mess up when we say we don't need a man.
Yeah,
not me.
We do.
I need one.
We do.
Yeah.
Boy, do we mess up.
Yeah, that's a great point that you got going on there.
But let me say this. So I know I use the term need and want kind of loosely. I've said in past lives that I really don't need a man, but I want a man. And I still stand by that. But when it comes down to the core essence of a man, I need it. Do I need a specific type of man? No, I want a specific type of man. But ultimately, I would never have been able to bear children if it weren't for the need of a man. Right?
Yeah. Mr. Mitchell laughed. He said, I got my own born. This is all for her. Yeah, I know. That's that peanut butter.
Yeah.
This is all just that peanut butter there. Yeah. Here's the cold part. As far as a woman needing a woman, yep, I need a woman. Remember I said I'm not tolerant of independence. Right. I'm not an independent person. I need a woman if it's for nothing else but to give me a great big hug.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We're nurturers by nature.
Yeah, because when I touch my body hard.
Mm-hmm.
I need that soft body.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Even your hands, you grip yourself differently than a woman.
Yeah.
That's soft touch.
Yeah. So I see why women like women.
Wow.
No, I'm just saying. Tina, what's going on, Tina? Miss Slade.
Hello, Miss Slade.
Yeah, hello. So I got my last 2 points.
All right. Well, we touched on number 9.
I know. So I got one.
You added one. You just pulled one out.
It was in the chamber. I forgot about it.
Well, goddamn.
Yeah.
We had 10. Now we got 11.
Yeah. So this is this point here.
Number 10.
Number 10. It says last but definitely not least. When you start looking at others in the same way you used to look at your person.
Oh, yes. I totally agree. Tina, for you that is just joining us, we are talking today about how and when to end a relationship. How and when, or when is the relationship over? Do you really know? Do you recognize the signs?
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Number 10 was a really good one.
What y'all
when you
agree?
Start looking at someone else the same way you used to look at your mate. Yes.
And for Tina and Var, one is agreement, two is disagree.
Do you guys agree with that statement or disagree that once you start to look at someone else the way that you once looked at your mate, that it's over? Do you agree or disagree? I agree. Once you start looking at somebody else the same way, ooh, baby, it's over.
And my last one comes, well, y'all go ahead and tell us if y'all agree or disagree. My last one comes from a post that y'all had out there months gone by, maybe a year ago. And Tina said, I agree. Miss Slade, one or two? One or two?
One is I agree, two is disagree.
Yes. Well, we get it.
One, I can't even imagine that though.
Right. Well, I'm telling you.
Javar is a one. He agrees. One or two. You got to put one or two.
One is agree, two is disagree. Okay.
Shamika Wick, that is the new name for us.
Yes. Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome
to the TrueCast, Shamika. Glad to see you here.
Thank you, Tina. One. She said one, LOL.
One is agree and two is disagree.
Mr. Coop, I'm in favor of this background more than the green screen. The topic tonight is great.
That's cool, Mr. Cooper. We like this. We like the
you know, Shaka is always watching over us.
We always got to have a good leader around.
Yes.
GT just entered the building.
GT and Marlo said one. You do that when the mask is completely off and you see a person for who they truly, really are, and you don't like what you see.
Exactly. When you start looking at other individuals, if you at a friend's house or barbecue or bar or wherever you go, if you look at somebody in the store the way you used to look at your person, it's time to
reevaluate that relationship. Yeah,
that relationship. That's the time, and the topic is to move on. That's the time to move on. So yeah, we
definitely
got that.
Is the time.
But yeah, that's peace, Mr. Cooper. We like that, man. You know, the green screen is actually supposed to be a background too, and we interchange with the backgrounds, but the computer went down.
Yeah,
so we got to start doing things differently, and they'll be back up this week. You know, we don't play no games. We're gonna have it back for y'all. We're gonna have Shaka Zulu. We're gonna have Nat Turner. We're gonna have Dr. Khalid. We're gonna have Allah. We're gonna have Elijah Muhammad. We might
Dr. just have Francis, the ocean view in the background.
Yeah, MLK. We're gonna have them all. But okay, so listen, ladies. Okay, we know Tina's there. We know Tina's here.
Yes.
We know Marlo's here.
The tale of two Tinas.
The tale of two. I like that.
You like that?
That's what I see. The tale of two
Tinas.
Is that TAIL or TALE?
Let's do the TALE. I don't
need you looking at
our tails.
Our
backside.
We'll go with the tail.
Yes, the
tale of two Tinas. All right. So we got Tina. We got Tina. We got Marlo.
We have Daniela.
Stacy might be back.
Stacy might be back and just quiet.
Stacy don't strike me as somebody that's quiet.
She usually isn't.
Okay. Was another woman on
there?
Oh yeah. He tripping. Lisa has stepped in.
Oh yeah, Lisa.
And Shamika stepped in.
Shamika just joined us. Shamika, for you just joining us, our topic today is how and when to end a relationship. How and when do you know that it's over? How and when to move on?
And so my last point. It's a question for the women. It's a question for the women. So on here, we're going to ask that final question. On here, I'm going to end it because I got to get into this phone. So with that one, I'm going to say peace on here, and we'll inform you of the question in the comments.